All right, everybody. Sorry for the short notice, but I have commitments that I have to do with my family, and I have no choice. All right. So again, Finger Motion has fought back against the shorts. They came in and just basically continued to make it short to the tune of 20 million shares in 2 days. Good friend Frank Lee on Twitter has proof, he said, knowledge that Martin Shen was diluting. He has no fucking clue, and I believe that guy is a fraud, and he's been put here to basically create doubt. There's no reason to say that. If he has the proof, then he should say something. All right, but I don't believe he does. I believe there's a lot of people here that are posting that are doing it on behalf of short sellers. So remember this. Short sellers, the playbook is they befriend longs. They make believe they're like you're on your side. Be careful. You want to read his shit? Be my guest. Again, I have no knowledge of Finger Motion doing anything like that. The big investors, no one said anything about that. But this guy's posting, he has proof. The dilution was sold into. Why would the company come out? He says their ATM can only be used above $1.50. Yet he has proof that they were selling it at 90 cents and a dollar. If you can't see that buying pressure was met by complete manipulation, naked shorting, it got to $1.09 and went down to 90 cents in a second. All right? You're counting on it, we need a win. No fucking shit, we need a win. Don't fucking ask me to get you a win. If you guys want to go get a win, you're that angry, go fucking kill them. What do you want me to do? I can't stop it. I just retweeted, they killed gold and silver. They're killing Bitcoin. Everything is manipulated. Every asset in this country is manipulated by hedge funds. We can't stop it. Settlement kills it all. Silver, gold, they weren't settling things. Just look at it. That Asian guy did those videos. They were perfect. The U.S. equity markets, all the markets around the U.S. are completely fraudulent. And everybody, you could see it every day. I can't stop the attacks of gold, silver, Bitcoin. It doesn't make a difference. Every day, Bitcoin. Everyone's posting. It's going to 1 million here. Trump, everybody. How does it go down every day? I don't even own it. I'm just curious. Who sells it down every fucking day? Everyone's buying it. I bought it. This one bought it. Yet it goes down every day. Same pattern in Finger Motion or any other of these crazy names. We're buying it. Someone's selling it. GDC, a good friend of mine, has a class action lawyer, is a woman, and she's interested in the case. We're going to present all the information to her. We're waiting for the company to see what they do. And thank you to the Supreme Court for allowing us, to the SEC, to go after and take everything from anyone who's playing games here. Now, I'm not saying they are, but you know what? At this point, something's got to give here soon in this thing. The funny thing is you never see it lift at 10 cents, or 10, 11 cents, 12 cents. It doesn't lift. A stock goes from 8 to 10 cents like a lightning rod. It's got to bounce back to a 70 cents or a dollar, something. Zero. They keep printing it here. I don't understand it. Why would the company continue, if it is the company, to sell shares at 10 cents to raise what? There's nobody here buying the stock. They're just washing it back and forth. Maybe you get one dope to buy 50,000 shares. There's no one buying it. No one's even talking about it. Most of the stock is washed before 8 o'clock in the morning. The volume's drying up. You can see it yourself. There's no lift. That's the concerning part to me. If I was the CEO, I'd be telling all my friends to get in here and buy all you can, right? You would expect someone to come in and buy 2, 3 million shares. Someone, these guys have money. You would see the stock lift all of a sudden 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, and then they smack it down. But I haven't seen that yet. So I can't imagine the CEO telling his friends, go buy 10,000 shares. So these are signs that I look for to see what's going on. I don't see anything yet. So we're just getting prepared for the worst. There's nothing I can say. I don't know. Okay, I didn't sell any. It was going up perfect, and all of a sudden it got destroyed. All right, I don't know who in their right mind would do that, but to sit there and say you're going to sell it down, flood the market, then reverse the stock while you have a buyback in, and you said you're selling Bitcoin to do this. If they just listened to us, they could have sold the Bitcoin at 80,000. They would have bought back the whole company ready and killed it and made all their money back. But for some reason, they're holding on to that Bitcoin. I don't know why. I have no idea what they're doing. But there's a lot of press releases, a lot of lawyers, accountants, auditors. Everyone's involved here. Even the dope who made the bid at 1075. How did he not cancel the bid yet? That's his get out of jail card, cancel the bid. But he hasn't done that yet either. All right, so GDC, we're just waiting. I'm planning ahead because we're not going away. And we're going to get our money back. And those guys are getting nothing. All right, if anybody fucked around here, they're not getting anything. If they did the right thing, we all make a lot of money. All right, and let's move on to Finger Motion. Finger Motion, the company is getting into a massive new business, doing the right thing. They got people buying it. It spikes up, push it down. Spikes up, push it down. How many times do I have to tell you? The only idiots that want less is a naked short because they can't have it go up. Margin kills them. If you don't see that pattern by now, then I don't know what to tell you. NRGV made a new 52-week high yesterday, and today they're pushing it down as fast as they can. You watched it yesterday on the close. It got this 665. In a second, it was down to 630. That's how fast the naked shorts try to hold it down. But it's okay. These things are going to happen there. I'm not worried about it. The people at Morgan Stanley, I believe, have a complete understanding what's going on here. And if they have actual business with Samsung, I will get them listed in South Korea because you can't get any bigger than that $1.4 trillion market cap, the biggest company in South Korea. And this company can have an opportunity to be part of it. All right, so again, we're on the right track, and we'll see what happens here. All right, I told you about the GDC. We talked about Finger Motion. All right, we can only talk about the NRGV and everything else. You know, there's really nothing else going on. The NRGV is something I believe is live, ready to go. I think that if you can, the $7 or $8 calls. I don't know what they're trading at. I don't have a machine in front of me, but I love cheap options. People, they believe this stock is going to be 50. It's not me with a Ouija board telling you 50. They're telling me where they think it's going, and they said 50. My friend is the number one chart guy on the street for 35 years. He did all chart work for major institutions. Once it breaks 7, it's going to go up 50%. So let's say 1050, let's say 10. He says once it breaks 10, that's when you start getting $5 and $10 jumps. At that point, he says he has no idea where it's going to go from there because it's basically gone. That's from a chart guy. The Morgan Stanley guy saying it's going to 50. That's how big a deal it is with Samsung. All right, so, excuse me. So again, so you know everything that I heard, know everything about this. Cheap options. Cheap options, I don't know what the 7s, the 8s are for June. If you can get them for a dime, 15 cents. Because when it goes, you saw it yesterday, it started to scream. When you get days like this is when you really start to load into it. They're giving you an opportunity. Just remember this. Real shorts want stocks higher. You can see the pattern is push the stock lower. This company's got a $2 billion backlog of orders, and now they're dealing with the biggest players in the world. So again, insider buying, biggest player in the world, monster deals. This thing's going to rocket. They've been holding it down. It has the same exact feel and look as Wolf. Wolf made it out of the rubble. I told you at 80 cents. My friends were funding him at 60 cents. Wolf. NRG started at 80 cents also. The same thing, the same pattern. All right? So again, these are opportunities. They don't come along all the time. Finger Motion I've been following since 2019. The company has been attacked. I can't believe I've been doing this long, that the short sellers keep coming after this company. Since it was listed on the NASDAQ, it has been nothing but attacked. It was $9 where me and about 10 other shareholders in there from the U.S. and a bunch of people. William was there. Everybody was excited. Everything was going great. How did all the wheels fall off? Well, they're being choked. You can't play the game if you don't have big capital to play. Every time they come to Wall Street, they get attacked and they get robbed. How do you raise money? You can't raise any money. You're always under attack. The only people that invest are the people on this phone, retail investors. Hedge funds, all these people are criminals. They don't do any money. They don't put any money out. They only give you money when it's your money. That's how they do it. And they want everything in their favor. That's what this company's dealing with. Martin Shen's a good guy. He's not like these other scumbags. I would quit if I was him. Who would want to run a public company where you're always under attack? They're the bad guys. The short sellers, which we pointed out, they're heroes here. They're walking away. Oh, we're great guys. You know what? The people here, you got to get in the game. You got to understand it. I understand we're all losing money. I got it. But enough of this. Jeff Easton, Hudson Bay, all these people are criminals. They just steal money. They don't do anything else. Everything is them is selling a stock naked short. Naked short, naked short, naked short. That's all they do. If the government wanted to fix it, you stop naked short selling, and you'll see the game change. All these guys are playing hedge positions. That's all they do. None of them are real investors. They're all scumbags. All of them. From Maxim to Roth Capital, all they do is up fronts for hedge funds. The SEC has put the hedge funds out here, and they're demanding that they could get warrants and do this. It's like the Wild West. And no one's done anything to stop anything yet. The SEC keeps coming out lying. Atkins just put his little press up there with the military. The military gets robbed just along with us. What do you think they say? Oh, Tommy from the Air Force just bought 10,000 shares of Finger. Oh, don't rob him. They rob everybody. How does he do that with a straight face is just remarkable. Oh, we're here to protect the servicemen. Everybody else can get fucked, but we're here to protect the servicemen. People, we got to put the truck out there again. Unfortunate, we have to keep doing it. I don't know how to insult anybody any more than we have. They don't even acknowledge it. Zero. At least someone come out from the SEC and say, I wish they come out and just tell us, hey, we're sorry. You're fucked. We don't care. We're not going to help you. Do not invest another penny. If they said that, I would respect it. And I take my loss and walk away. But these guys, they don't even acknowledge. They just keep doing whatever they're doing and couldn't care less. All right? So again, there's not much more I can say. It's a shitty day in the market. And for those people on the call who don't understand, when the market sells off, that is the classic time for the naked shorts to raid every small cap stock because they know that we're a bunch of fools, and when the market sells off, we don't buy stocks. So they push them down as fast and as hard as possible, and everybody moans what's going on. If you believe in your situation, you should be buying on those dips. I'm not telling you to buy, but that's how we're trained to buy. When the market sells off like this, NRGV, if I was trading money, I'd buy fucking 2 million shares. I'd buy every share they're selling below 6. And I sell it back to them at 10 or 20. Because they're giving it to you. Yesterday showed you how powerful the stock can be. It was ready to go, explode, and they just need to hold it down. There's 750 million naked shorts and 19 million real shorts. And if someone asked me, do you think they covered? Oh, yeah. They bought it up to 665, and then they sold it today at 550. You realize that they'll be out of business in a week doing it that way? They just keep pressing it and pressing it. When they fold, that's when you get a stock like SanDisk up 40, 30 every day. NRGV is at that beginning stage. They put that news on the tape with Samsung. You watch what happens. And I believe that's coming. All right? Powerful people are telling me. I'm telling you. I worked on the street. If anybody here on this phone worked on the street, all right? Anybody that's over 30 years old that worked on the street, maybe 40 years old now because all the jobs are gone on Wall Street. If you worked on this trading desk, when you hear something, you tell people. That's how we operate. I'm not in the business of here trying to give them losers. Finger motion is complete manipulation. NRGV has the manipulation, but it's in the hottest sector in the market, energy storage. So they were lucky to get and break through. Wolf happened to be in another hot sector. All right, same thing. They have nuclear power. That's how they do their Bitcoin mining. I said that a long time ago when I met those guys. So two stocks by accident were in the hottest sector. Finger Motion's in the biggest market in China, but because they're a U.S. company, they cannot raise money from Chinese companies. Chinese companies can't invest in the U.S. companies. So they're in a catch-22. They have to invest. They have to get investors from the U.S. side, and the hedge funds that invest are all criminals. So that's the catch-22 that Finger Motion has to deal with. We met all the people in New York City. There's probably 12 people on this call that were in that meeting. There were regular investors from the U.S. that were there. We all met them, and they told us everything was going on. Martin Shen told us he went to Jeff Easton's office, and the first thing he said was, I'm not shorting your stock. And Martin Shen said, that was the strangest thing I ever heard. Yet we all want to blame Martin Shen. He can't stop this. Yes, happy Friday. Yes, try to buy 50. Yes, NRGV, if you had to bend my arm, I'd be all over it. All over it. While these guys are manipulating and hold it down, it's going to be explosive. It's got $2 billion in backlog orders. Not $2, $2 billion. Throw Samsung in here for $3 billion, you watch what happens. All right? Now, many times we think we get the inside scoop on a big trade. I used to deal with Ivan Boesky. He was the biggest insider trader around. All right? This is how it works sometimes. All right? You get the scoop. Listen, I've had many inside information where I bought it too early. The stock would go down. I said, holy shit, get back up. I was down $100,000. I get even. I say, screw this, and I get out. And then they happen. It happens to everybody. It happened to me in United Airlines. I got the call from a very famous guy. I waited 3 months. Nothing happened. We got out, and then it went up from 95 to 3.25. $325. I missed it, and I had the call. So if the SEC is listening, yes, I had the call on United Airlines back in, I forget what year that was. 1978, I think it was. Or 87, excuse me, 87. Because that caused the market crash when Marvin Davis canceled the bid. That's when the market crashed. I had the call, and I fucked it up. That's what happens on Wall Street. You think too much, you get yourself in a tizzy. Oh, it's going down, this, that. Just do your homework. It's right there. Everything we talk about is right there. Just make your marks. Chalk it down. Finger Motion trades 20 million shares. Buying power is going crazy. The shorts are meeting it and slapping it down. That doesn't mean the company's going to quit. They come back. I'm hearing it's going to ramp up again next week. So let it ramp up. It's not me doing it. They're pitching big institutions. Institutions are buying it. And you can see as soon as you stop buying it, how fast they move it down. They're here to get you to sell. They're trying to cover. It's the same pattern as before. Remember, just mark it down. Real shorts want stocks higher. I did a lot of short selling, and I got paid more money when I sold the stocks higher. In today's world, making short selling, no uptick. They want the stocks, they want to sell as fast as they can. Beyond Meat, sell billions of shares at 6, 7, and 8, and push it down to 76 cents. It sounds just like GDC. The same pattern. They're short, push it down. I don't know who borrowed the 8 million shares in GDC, but the SEC and the DOJ should just go grab that guy, because that guy is tied to the shorts, to the naked shorts. Whoever's doing it, the guy who borrowed those shares, that's the guy we got to go after in GDC. We went from 100,000 shares short for a year. We never saw anything more. I reported it all the time. It went from 100,000 to 8.3 million overnight on the attack. So they knew it, and they knew what was going on. Whatever it is, whoever that person is. They knew the rate was coming. They borrowed 8 million shares. Did they cover? We'll find out June 9th. If I shorted 8 million shares at $1.24 is where I think they did it, and the stock is now 10 cents. If they didn't cover on all the washing down here, which could be, just a way to move $8 million to someone's pocket, right? Get Tony to short it at $1.24, 8 million shares. Tony, we're going to bang it down. When it gets down to 15 cents, we'll sell it to you, cross it. You walk away with $8 million in cash. We'll blow up this account, and you made yourself $8 million. Don't forget me to take care of me. Could that happen? That makes sense to me. Anyway, people, listen, have a great weekend. It's beautiful out in New York. If you're anywhere else, go fuck yourself. I don't really care. All right, have a great weekend, and we'll be ready for Monday. If I hear anything over the weekend, I will let you know. All right, have a great weekend.